No, I don't think he did. I mean, the only person that's here is Marie Cruz.
It's not really an official meeting at this point, it's just a meeting.
Okay.
We can have members go up there and see what they got.
So I'm not going to do announcements.
No, nothing,
Public comments.
not even
Start
that.
with that.
You don't
Yeah,
have-
we can do public comments, right, Rudy?
No.
We can't do public comments.
I mean, you can if they're here and signed up. Did you sign up? No.
Ready did, I believe that.
Oh, you did sign up?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I was just gonna do public comments, the side slot I'm giving there. Two.
And let's remember, there is a 3-minute allotment. Just follow the rules.
Okay, I was going to do. List. You have the list?
The list, oh, it's right
Yeah,
here.
because that's what we're gonna put over down.
302 4th Street.
Okay, I was just going to suggest on the item two that you do leave that there's some expresses too, orange places.
No, those are there.
Number two, that you leave that in the, school district and not in the, just in the EPJ because of the size we are, and especially if we go to 8 instead of 6. To try to get them. I would leave it, my recommendation is you leave it in the school district and not go into the, EPJ. And, we want to make sure that the historic commission stays in good standing, so we don't lose our COG because of the grants and everything, because it could affect our grants. And it was my understanding that there were so many grants that, minutes that never got to Austin. Maybe they're here somewhere. Is that right?
What's that?
That minutes, if they got to Austin, they were turned into the Texas Historic Commission.
Or you can comment on which you
I
can
can't
comment.
comment.
No, don't do it like that.
But anyway, if they were not turned into the Historic Commission in Austin, we could lose our CRT. And we got a grant application in for the CRT right now for the streetscape, $40,000, and we need that really bad. And so, we should hear, they're going to a meeting on the 31st to make their decisions, and we should hear a few days later if we get that. And I want to encourage the Historic Commission to be more supportive of the projects that are going on. It's like, our streetscape, the Historic Commission is over the district. And yet we never hear anything from the Historic Commission. We need y'all's help. We need y'all's real strong support. And I don't know if you know anything about it, but we have, architects and we have surveyors and we have phase one, and I'm going to get that on the report. I thought some will go into it now. But we have 7, 8, 13, 14 years of work done on this. And the commission needs to be supportive of it and be involved and be excited about it because it's going to be really, really great. And I'll give a report on it in a little bit.
Thank you, Ryan.
You got the report on that.
I was expecting,
Yeah.
there's the bag. Oh, more thank you. So I don't really know if it's really worthwhile to me to waste a lot of time. If you're gonna certainly try to keep it under 3 minutes. But I handed out,
Eric?
yes,
Only public comments is 3 minutes. You can talk.
Yeah, I do your committee. You can talk about it.
Don't limit, everyone is hearing you well.
Yeah.
okay. But it would have been better if I could have spoken to everyone here to explain where we are with the marker, our marker, the interest in putting a marker or a plaque, the Pittsburgh historic marker plaque I have passed out, did you get one of these?
Yes.
Okay, just the timeline, because they've updated the whole process. It gets updated every year. What they used to require a 2-page narrative, now they require a 5 to 10-page narrative with footnotes and a bibliography. The process has become much more involved, but for submitting the application, it has to be submitted in between March 4th and May 16th. So by May 16th, the application has to be in. What I'm going to need from the HBC is where we want to put the marker. Where in Pittsburgh do we want to put it? That has to be in the application. Also, that's going to have to include geographical coordinates, not just we want to put it on this corner. And then we have to decide whether or not we want a plaque. And if we want a plaque, where are we going to put the plaque, or are we going to get a post? Now, I'm going to submit this for the committee now because the copy of the different options and the prices involved, because we will have to pay for it if it gets approved. The application's only $100, which we do have to pay, but the different options for plaques and granites, block, Texas seal, they're all right here, and here's the prices, and it's the updated price.
Yeah, I'll take it.
And that would have been something we would have been able to discuss, and I could let them know, because they're gonna have to consider, when I write the application, we have to let them know which one we want of those options. Personally, I lean towards the post with the sign, because we can put it on any corner on the edge of Pittsburgh. We don't need to find a house to stick it on back in Pittsburgh. The application itself must be submitted by the chair of the HBC.
Yeah.
I can write it, but it's got to be submitted, and it has to be done electronically. No hard copy, no mailing anything in. It's got to be done online now in a Word document, which I will be able to do. The application itself is not available for me to even look at until February 1st. So I have a couple more days. I do have a copy of last year's, so I know basically what they're going to want. And I passed out a copy of the timeline that is updated. That's for this year. And that is basically where we are. If you look at, you didn't get one of these, you didn't, because I didn't bring it. It comes with a scoring criteria. You have to meet all these different criteria, and they give you points for where you rate in these options or these different categories: the age of the community, historical significance, state of repair, diversity of topics for addressing gaps. That's brand new, not surprisingly. Value of topic as an undertold or untold aspect of Texas, endangerment level of property, available documentation, diversity amongst. All of these things have to be considered, and they give you points for each category. And then you get a point total, and they decide whether or not you're going to get the marker. If they approve it, that's when we've got to pay what we want, what we decide we're going to get. And it takes anywhere between a year to 18 months for them to even answer our application. So once it's applied, I might be dead by the time they make that decision. But that's where we are right now. So.
Can we ask questions?
Oh.
Do you want to do it during?
Did you know the total price of the marker with the post? What's it?
Yeah,
More than-
it's in here.
How much, or
You don't want to.
like 100? No, I do want to know.
Yeah, I'm kidding. It's 1450.
I'm sorry, I couldn't.
1450.
How much?
1450.
Okay.
We have 800,
We have a little over $20 with them
Okay.
already. If you can use as a credit.
Oh, great. That's awesome. They may look at that and decide they want a nicer one and raise money for it. But I do like And the other pole, it's one of the cheaper ones, you can get fancier plaque. The narrative, the application along is like writing a grant. Because I have looked at those, and it's gotten very convoluted. And it's gonna be a flaw, but we will get it written and in by May 16th, and I'm gonna come to the next meeting, and hopefully there'll be more people for me.
Do you have the whole story about that realtor and all that stuff?
I do.
You have the book and what, the city of Seguin at the main library, if you go to videos and story, Mr. Callahan, the founder of Blanco, his great-son, I think it was, we met him, Shirley knew him. I met him when we had to find him. He endorsed his book, bought it from him, but he knows everything. If you need more of a background, the reason why I say that, THC, they're very, very strict. If you leave something out, you're out.
He's got that book.
So, if
Yeah,
we
I
can
I
help,
have the Wallman and realtor stuff.
I don't know, do they have like a map, an old map showing the Pittsburgh? I've never been
There
there.
are maps out there,
We have a plat back there.
yes.
Because all that documentation, they'll take that in consideration, and then actual photos.
I'm gonna have to put all that together.
Yeah,
I've been researching Pittsburgh for 2 years. A
so
lot of
you
the,
got
a
a lot.
lot of the information is redundant. If you get some information on the history of Pittsburgh from this source, and then you go to another source, and you look at it, and you realize it's verbatim, the same information, because it is limited, but it's not just Callahan, it's also the Blasingame who were living in Pittsburgh as well at one time. And then, of course, there's LBJ's family and Edinburgh's family. There are famous names out there which are going to be part of the narrative.
That sounds good.
And by the way, I don't know if you know, but Fred is a Blasingame.
Yeah,
There was a virus and a blessing in there.
and Linda Howard's related to him too.
Yes, but yeah, I don't know, is she a Blasingame or?
I don't know that part.
She's a Callahan.
Well, we
Would
did,
she be a word?
Linda.
we did Retta's genealogy last year and didn't know until last year.
That's
That Retta
okay.
was a Blasingame.
They were married in 1700, a virus and a blessing game, and it's in my lineage.
Yes.
That's a good report, thank you.
Oh, well, thank you, Rudy. I appreciate you with all your help on that. I
Well,
really
I'm glad you
appreciate
showed
you.
up.
Keep showing, keep sending me stuff if you find it.
Even only one person is here, it's good.
Thank you so much.
So, yeah, whatever.
We're gonna go into committee report.
I'll do street state. I just did the,
Yeah,
3-minute deal. You want me to do street state now?
yeah, I'd like to start with streetscape. This, I'm looking through the,
Are there anything about the?
yeah, rules for banner, but who's
Yeah, you do.
presenting that? Rudy, are you presenting the banner hanging?
I can wait till they're here, because nothing's going to move, but, let's see what else.
And Wayne Gosnell is not here. Eric is actually above you for the committee reports on Pittsburgh marker.
You ready for me? Okay, as most people know, the streetscape started with the visionary preservation plan. And that's where Nice Guys came from too, but Wayne's not here tonight to give his report on Nice Guys. Several things for those, for the visionary preservation, which is Blanco Historic Preservation Action Plan. Is either in the working or close to being done or done. So and that was finished in October 2007, completed. So the streetscape, it has taken several years, but we have now our, we know that we have to do it by phases. And so our first phase has been from all 300. The survey at this point has just gone past the City Hall, but the next survey will go down to the Town Creek on this side, east side. And then Suzanne Pemberton with Main Street Architects, who has a fantastic resume. She teaches at UTSA on historic preservation and all this, and you might call her and she's in Seattle or all over the country, but she was at our last meeting. And so the four-way stop sign is now also in the, what we're doing right at this point because of the problems that was caused by TxDOT, the four-way stop sign. That is, being worked on now. And so, the Third Street will be our second phase, and that will go to Town Creek on this side of Cranberries, other side of it, down where we're gonna hang those banners. It will go down to Town Creek and the rock wall, and it will go to 281. The third phase will be Fourth Street, and it will go from 281 past Hertz Hat Shop. And, that catches the four-way stop sign, but that's gonna be done right away, but we're working on that. So we're in the point of big. Let me show you. And this is where I'm saying, I'll show you where I'm saying, this is our schematic designs for this baseline. And, you've seen it. I mean, you haven't seen it.
I think I have. Yeah.
I emailed.
Yeah, I got an email.
So we're ready for the big fundraisers, and Katie Kamau and Eric and Moses Hawks with Uptown also is on the committee, has worked with them. We have these records out now, and they're not all out. There's 20 of them at the cash registers at restaurants and everything, and on the city level. These are, you haven't seen it.
Streetscape?
Yeah.
Yeah, I picked up one at your office.
Not this one.
No, the one.
This is not being passed out. This is gonna be mailed out. And we have two different mailings that will go out. One is blanket. We also have our PayPal set up, and we have our bulk mailing, authority to bulk mail. And so there will be two mailings that go out, and one will be, we're looking at all of Blanco County and maybe into other counties around us. And Katie and Eric are over that and working on that. They worked on it today. The other one is more targeted mailing that gives different levels if they donate. And it will go out right away. Well, all of them will go out real quick. The targeted one gives recommends different levels, like a friend of history that would be 2,400, champion of history would be 5,000, and cornerstone of history is 20,000. We're hoping to get donations for that. And Rudy sent me this. It was in 1931. Blanco paved the historic district, and it was TxDOT that did it, and the business people donated for their part in it. So the very first streetscape was 1931, and I have that standing by. But these letters are going out now, and well, very refresh my memory if I forget something.
Is Mike also in the fundraising?
Hmm?
Mike?
That's
He's
which one?
the first one.
That's a yes.
He's part of, because she didn't mention it.
And he's on the committee, but he was not actually in the fundraising,
Oh,
but he
yeah,
has.
Mike.
What does he do?
He has worked on the four-way stop sign. We had
I'm talking
special
to the fundraiser.
problems on that, and he came in as a facilitator on working with TxDOT and the city. What happened is when TxDOT came in and tore it up, it caused a drainage problem. And now that we're working with them to get that drainage problem fixed, and we participated in the cost of it. We have a thank you card or a recognition like this that goes out to the donors. And I guess that's all on the. Yes, that's all, I forget. Thank you. Bobby Mack is on the committee now, and Bobby has done our spreadsheets for the cost of this. We estimated $1 million for the whole thing, 250 on each car phase. The fourth phase will be 281, and it will go from Town Creek up past, I would say to Fifth Street, but at least past the north side of Fourth Street. And that, by then, I hope that we'll call it Main Street, and it will have an island down the middle with trees in it. On track. But Bobby has put together a spreadsheet for the cost, and we're starting to do fundraisers right now. So if anybody wants to help out, we'll be glad to welcome you. And that's it.
Thank you.
And two, we need y'all support. We need everybody here to support commissions. Because this is going to be really nice. We need to see.
Yeah.
And this is just.
Let's go to the text.
Okay, do that.
Yeah.
So far, you okay, then I'll be able to have your number.
And Rudy, being HPO, when this was done by textile, they should have had a certificate of appropriateness. They should have talked to us as a committee. They didn't. They just went out there and started chopping the corners up and laying it for their plans. I even talked to the contractor, told him there was a drainage plan that had been done by an engineer, and they just kept on building more.
Do we want to go through any of the other stuff? There's a long list of committee reports, and I'm not sure it's.
These are old
Yeah.
businesses, and since we're in a new year, they need to be brought up. So not till we have a whole body here.
Did you, Eric, did you want to talk about the report anymore? You good?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
Thank you.
okay.
I think Ryan wanted it, so.
Could I ask a question?
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's just wondering, Eric, what the process is for picking a location for the market.
We choose that. Okay. HPC will decide that. I can't do it.
Okay.
It's gonna have to be discussion. Someone's gonna have to take a look. I've already taken a look. I can't see putting it too far back into Pittsburgh. Put it on the church if we wanted to.
Right.
But I like the idea that you drive in to have that historical marker on a post.
So then maybe there's 3 different locations where it could possibly go.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's what I would think, but I'm not with everybody else.
Sure. I was just curious. I'm excited about the prospect of it. I
No.
don't have an interest specifically where it goes. I'm excited for it.
I was thinking right in front of you.
It's a different type of marker too. The 800 was actually a marker for this building, and we never did get it. So they held on to this 800 for 10 years or more until they got ready for this one, and we applied to it. What is the kind of marker that is? It's a different type of marker.
Well, the storage marker.
Yeah.
It's called a historic marker. When it's a landmark.
A land. It's for
It's a
an area,
landmark.
not a
Yes.
building.
It's not a building, it's not a structure,
No, it's for an area.
yes. And $2,800 wasn't a raising interest.
We just.
I know. Hell, it's a lot of pay for.
Yeah.
But we still need more. We still need them. So I want to send it back to us.
Warren,
Yes.
Do I need to formally adjourn the meeting? Cause I'm not sure when you don't make quorum.
Not,
You can't adjourn the meeting because you don't open the meeting.
Yeah, so,
you don't need a motion because there's no,
Yeah.
or
do we have anything else we're wanting to?
maybe Ryan wants to close the meeting. He's got something to say. No.
Let's close it up. We're gonna close the meeting. Okay.
Tell us how your day was.
Yeah. It's been good. I'm sorry you guys weren't able to make a quorum tonight. It would have been interesting to see how these rule changes and qualification changes would have turned out, but I'll be here for next meeting because I hope we have the same stuff on the agenda next time. Good luck, guys. Doing good. Keep it up.
Well, let's change it.
I'm hoping to adjourn.
Let's go eat.
So we
All right, yeah, that sounds good. The meeting's adjourned.